Welcome back, everyone. I'm Melissa and I'm a mixed media artist, and today I'm going to be working with a little bit of a different kind of media, and that is actually coffee and wine. This here is just some coffee that I brewed yesterday, and I cooked this actually on the stove and brought it up to boil and reduced it so that it's really nice and dark. And we're going to use this and some wine in place of the acrylic inks that I typically use. So I'm sure everyone has heard of or probably done tea and coffee dyed papers at this point, and they're really cool. You get some interesting qualities with those. So I want to see how that's going to translate making some collage papers, and we're going to do some different things. I'm not even sure all of what we're going to do yet. I do know that I want to use my handmade stencils here. I'm sure you're very familiar with this one because this one makes everyone's favorite collage paper. And I've also pulled this one out, and I made this one actually on a video not terribly long ago. So we're going to see what kind of results we get printing those on some tissue paper. And I'm also going to play with some other collage paper ideas using the coffee and the wine, and it's basically just an experimentation day, so we're just going to see what we end up with. I hope you all enjoy. So anytime I use these stencils with the tissue paper, I like to crumple it up first to add some texture in there. Now it will smooth down a bit once I add the water and the coffee to it, but it's going to maintain some of those creases, which are going to, they're going to collect more of either the dye, the ink, or the coffee, whatever you happen to be using, in those little valleys, and they're going to be darker than the little peaks, so just something to keep in mind. And I'm just applying that coffee with a little pipette that I have. I would recommend probably putting this in a bottle with a dropper or something. I abandoned the pipette at some point because it's a little tedious, and just start free pouring it, which is, you know, the results are the same because the goal is just to get that onto the paper. So once I have that on there, I let it dry completely. And one thing that I noticed, for whatever reason, both the coffee and the wine papers take longer to dry than regular ink. Not really sure the science behind that, but that was my experience. But here's the plain paper. Has some pretty cool textures on there. I could see that being a successful collage paper. I was afraid this one was not going to work out because I tried to take a peek at it before it was completely dry and nothing had happened, but this is one of those cases where you do have to be patient and let the piece completely dry, because look at that. We got a perfect stencil print of that, and that is really cool. I love the color on there. I could definitely see using that as well. Now, for those of you that are going to completely freak out and say, but those aren't acid-free. No, they're absolutely not. They are very acid-full, in fact, but that doesn't bother me because, as I've said in other videos, I'm not expecting these things to live as long as the Mona Lisa. They're mixed media collage papers, and they're just for fun, so we'll just have to keep that in mind. Okay, so for this one, I am using that awesome stencil that we all know and love, and I'm mixing ink and coffee together to see if anything cool happens with that. And so now, obviously the coffee is going to be less pigment rich and waterier than the ink, so the ink does kind of take over a little bit on this one, but you can still see the coffee design, and I chose colors that I thought would be complementary to the coffee, and you'll see in a minute here that it did work out pretty nice, even though the inks really took center stage. I am always so amazed to see the difference in these when they go from wet to dry. You're going to see here in a minute. So I'm done putting everything on the paper, and I let that dry completely. There it is wet. And when it dried, that ink really took over, and it was really pretty, but such a different look. And so when we peel it off there, you can definitely see the pattern. It was very strong, and you can see the hints of the coffee in the background, but like I said, the ink kind of took over, which I expected because of the heavy pigmentation, but it still made a very beautiful paper that I could definitely see using. And you'll get a little bit of that shine on the reverse side because it was next to the plastic. because of the ink. Now it won't really do that with the coffee or the wine, but because of the plasticizers in the acrylic ink, that's what causes that. And here are all of the coffee papers together. Kind of cool and a fun little successful experiment. Okay, for this next one, I am using wine. Oh, by the way, these are all done on plastic sheeting, if I didn't mention that in the beginning. So I poured a little bit of red wine out into a little dish there. I used a dry one just to try to keep the sugar content lower so that it wasn't as sticky. There is still a tiny bit of stickiness to them, FYI, but again, these are just fun experiments. Now, I did not reduce the wine, and I definitely could have to concentrate the color a little bit, but I decided just to go with regular strength and see what kind of colors we got with that. So on the left-hand side there, I did a similar thing that I did with the coffee where I just crumpled up the paper and laid some of the wine down on it. And we are using this handmade stencil, and I just start pouring it and kind of letting it spread that way because the pipette was becoming more trouble than it was worth at that point. And I went ahead and let these dry completely. So for this next experiment, I went ahead and crumpled my tissue paper and sprayed some water on it. This time I'm going to do a mix of wine and ink, and I chose an Indian yellow Rowney ink to mix with that. I wanted something complementary, and since the wine is like a reddish purple, that nice deep yellow is going to work really well. Now, interestingly enough, the ink did not spread on this one as much as it did with the coffee paper that I did. I don't know if it's the specific ink, that maybe it's just a little, the density is more, so it didn't want to spread out, or maybe I used a little less water, or maybe it has something to do with the wine versus the coffee, but I'll show you all of these ones together here at the end. For this, I just wanted to do a little experiment. That's just some little watercolor squares that I cut, and I just wanted to see what kind of like shading and different effects we could get just using the coffee and the wine strictly as a paint. So I'm doing some wet on wet technique there, and it's holding the shape really nicely. It's spreading as you would expect a watercolor or an ink to spread. And here we're going to go in with the wine and try that one. That was the point that I flung wine all across my studio, so that'll be fun finding those little drops everywhere. I really like the color the wine shows up on the paper there. It's not really what you'd expect. It doesn't look exactly like it does in the bowl. It's much more red, and it shows up much more purple on the paper. And you can do layers with it to show shading. And then I decided to add a little bit of the wine to the coffee and vice versa, just to see what would happen there. And it turns out really pretty. It's just a nice subtle color variation, but I will show you again these all when they're dry at the very end together here in just a moment. Okay, so I am going to pull these pieces off of the stencils. Here is one that I didn't, I forgot to hit record because I'm great at that. This was just wine and coffee mixed. So I wanted to do an experiment of that. So I applied it just like you saw me do the others. I wet down the paper a little bit, added some wine, added some coffee, and now I'm just very carefully removing it from the stencils. You will get a little sticking using the wine. I didn't get any with the coffee, but that makes sense because there is, even with a dry wine, there is some sugar content to it, and the sugar acts as a glue. So just FYI, if you try that, expect it. And also, you'll probably want to rinse your stencils off at the end just to get any residue off of them. But that turned out really pretty. The colors actually look really nice together. And that wine is just a really subtle purple color. There is just the plain tissue by itself. Again, just a really pretty purpley pink. I could definitely see that being added I'm sure that's going to go mostly transparent, so it would be really pretty. And this one turned out so cool. I was having issues with this stencils using it with the ink, and I think it's just because it's so close together that the holes are so close together that the stencil has too much room for the acrylic inks to stick too much, and I couldn't get the paper off. I think the solution to that is just to add more water, so that was just like a little aside. Here is the wine with the yellow ink. And you can see here, like I was saying before, the ink did not spread nearly as much on this one as it did with the coffee. It really stayed localized to where I put it down. But it's still cool looking, and you know, it's nice because it is a contrasting color. It's a contrasting color and also tone because that yellow is very bright, it's very rich, and the purple of the wine is very muted and subdued, so it kind of looks really neat together. I think I could see pieces of that being torn off. There's the coffee with a little wine added to it, and the wine with a little coffee added to it. So here's everything we ended up with. Again, this was just a fun experiment. Will I use these in an art piece? I don't know. Maybe just for fun, just to see what I can make out of it. Maybe that'll be a video one of these days. Hard to say, but I do really like the papers. And could I just mix inks in the colors of the wine or the coffee and get the same or very similar result? Sure. But it was just something that I wanted to try, and I thought it might be a fun little thing to do together with you all. So thank you so much for hanging around with me to the end here, and if you liked what I did today, if you could give me a thumbs up and hype it out, and if you haven't had a chance to subscribe yet, I would really appreciate that as well. I put out a new video every Friday morning at 10 a.m., and don't forget my new series, my Sunday morning Inklings, that come out at 10 a.m. Eastern Time every Sunday. So make sure you stop in and check that out, and if you hadn't had a chance, go check out last week's as well. Thank you all very much, and have a wonderful week.